I didn't think my life was special. It was simple. Classes, part-time work, late-night calls, and Chloe, mostly Chloe. "Ethan, you're thinking too much again," she said one night, her voice soft through my phone. "I'm not thinking. I'm just planning," I replied. "Planning what?" "Our weekend. I thought we could go out. Somewhere nice." She laughed lightly. "You always plan everything." "Someone has to," I said. "You'd forget our own dates." "I wouldn't forget you," she said. That line stayed with me longer than it should have. Ryan didn't like how much time I gave her. "You're gone, man," he said one afternoon while we sat outside campus. "Like, fully gone." "I'm right here," I said. "No, you're not. You're wherever Chloe is." I smirked. "That's called being in a relationship. That's called being obsessed. I love her." Simple and firm. Ryan shook his head. "Yeah, I just hope she loves you the same way." I didn't even hesitate. "She does. At least I believed that." My whole routine revolved around her. Morning texts, lunch calls, evening plans. If she was free, I was free. If she was busy, I waited. "Good morning, idiot," she texted one. "Good morning, beautiful," I replied instantly. "You're awake early. Wanted to talk to you. You're too much sometimes. Still here, though." "Yeah, still here." That pause in her message felt strange, but I ignored it. Later that week, I noticed something small. "Why didn't you pick up earlier?" I asked during our call. "I was busy," she said. "With what just stuff?" "What stuff, Ethan?" she sighed. "Do I have to explain everything?" "No, I just then don't ask like that." I went quiet for a second. "Sorry, it's fine," she said, but her tone felt distant. Ryan noticed it too. "She's changing," he said. "No, she's just stressed," I replied. "You're making excuses. I'm being understanding. You're being blind." I laughed it off. "You don't get it." "No," he said. "I do. I just don't ignore things." I changed the subject. "That evening I met Chloe near campus." "You're late," I said, smiling. "Traffic," she replied quickly. "You live 10 minutes away." "Yeah, and traffic exists," I nodded. "Right." She hugged me, but it felt not like before. "You okay?" I asked. "I'm fine. You seem off." "I'm just tired, Ethan." "Did I do something?" "No," she said, sharper this time. "Why do you always think that?" "I don't. I just care." "I know," she said, softer now. "You care a lot." There was something in that sentence I couldn't explain. Later, while we sat together, her phone buzzed. She glanced at it and turned it slightly away. "Who is it?" I asked. "No one. No one doesn't text like that. It's just a friend." "Which friend?" "Why are you asking so many questions?" I raised my hand slightly. "I'm not accusing you. I'm just asking." She locked her phone. "You don't trust me?" "I do," I said quickly. "Of course I do." "Then act like it." That hit harder than I expected. "Okay," I said quietly. She leaned back. "Good." I told myself it was nothing. Love means trust. That's what I kept repeating in my head. A few days later, Liam joined us. "Hey, man," I said, shaking his hand. "Hey," he replied, a bit distracted. Chloe smiled at him. "You've been missing." "Yeah, just busy," Liam said. "With what?" I asked. "Stuff," he replied, almost the same way Chloe had. I frowned slightly. "Everyone's busy these days." Chloe shot me a quick look. "Not everything is about you, Ethan." I forced a smile. Didn't say it was. We sat together, but something felt off. "So, you and Chloe still glued together?" Liam joked. "Pretty much," I said. He laughed, but sounded strange. "Yeah," shigered. "What's that supposed to mean?" I asked. "Nothing," he said quickly. "Just saying." Chloe changed the topic fast. "Let's not start anything." "I'm not starting anything." I said, "Good," she replied. Liam stayed after too quiet. Later, when Chloe stepped away to take a call, I looked at him. "You okay?" I asked. "Yeah, you've been acting weird." "I'm fine, Ethan." "Then act like it." He looked at me for a second, then looked away. "Just don't overthink things." I let out a small laugh. "Ryan says the same thing. Maybe you should listen to him." I trust. Liam nodded slowly. "I know." That pause again. Chloe came back. "Everything good?" "Yeah," I said. "All good." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. That night, I lay in bed staring at my phone. "You awake?" I texted her. A minute passed, then 5, then 10. Finally, she replied, "Yeah, miss you too." I stared at those 3 dots before she sent it. Something felt wrong, but I ignored it, because in my head, love meant trust, and I trusted her more than I trusted myself. I closed my eyes and whispered quietly, almost like I needed to hear it out loud. I didn't just my world around her. I first heard his name, like it didn't matter. "Marcus Reed is coming tonight," Ryan said while we walked toward the party. "Who?" I asked. "You don't know him?" he replied. "Should I?" Ryan let out a short laugh. "Yeah, you probably should." I shrugged. "Doesn't sound important." Ryan gave me a look. That's what worries me. When we arrived, the energy felt different, louder, sharper. People kept glancing toward the entrance. Is he a celebrity or something? I asked. Not officially, Ryan said, but he acts like one. Then I saw him. Marcus Reed walked in like he owned the place, confident, relaxed. People moved without him asking. Damn, someone whispered near me. That's Marcus. And then I saw Chloe. Her eyes were on him, not just looking, focused. Chloe, I called. She didn't respond at first. Chloe, I said again. She blinked and turned to me. Oh, hey, you okay? I asked. Yes, she said quickly. Why wouldn't I be? I glanced back at Marcus. You know him? She hesitated. Just for a second. Not really. Ryan leaned closer to me. Watch this. Watch what? Just watch. Marcus started moving through the crowd, shaking hands, smiling like he knew everyone. Then he reached us. Chloe straightened slightly. Hey, Marcus said casually, looking directly at her. Hi, she replied, softer than usual. I stepped forward. I'm Ethan. Marcus looked at me briefly, then back at Chloe. Marcus, I figured. I said. He gave a faint smile. Most people do. There was something about the way he spoke, like I wasn't worth the full sentence. So, I said, you and Chloe know each other? Not really, Chloe answered quickly. Marcus tilted his head slightly. We've met. When? Just around, he said. Right, I replied. Ryan crossed his arms beside me. Around where? Marcus finally looked at him. Does it matter? Ryan smirked. Depends. Chloe stepped in. Can we not do this right now? Do what? I asked. Make it weird, she said. I'm not making anything weird, I replied. Marcus chuckled softly. Relax, man. It's not that serious. I forced a small smile. Yeah, not serious. But it felt serious. Marcus turned slightly toward Chloe. You look good tonight. Thank you, she said. I glanced at her. She didn't say anything back to me. That silence felt louder than anything. Ryan leaned toward me again. You see it now? See what? I whispered. Exactly, he muttered. I shook my head slightly. You're overthinking. No, he said. You're underthinking. I ignored him. Want a drink? Marcus asked Chloe. She paused, then nodded. I'll come with you. Marcus looked at me, then at her. We'll be right back. Not we, not all of us. Just them. It's fine, Chloe said quickly. We'll just grab drinks. I hesitated. Yeah, okay, they walked off together. Ryan exhaled slowly. You're really going to let that slide? It's just a drink, I said. Yeah, he replied, and that's how it starts. You don't know that. I know guys like him. And you think Chloe is like that? I asked. Ryan looked straight at me. I think you don't see clearly when it comes to her. I didn't answer. A few minutes later, Emma walked up to us. Hey, she said. Hey, I replied. She glanced toward the bar where Chloe and Marcus were talking. You okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. Why? She hesitated. Nothing, Emma, Ryan said. Just say it. She looked at me again. Not everything is what you think. I frowned. What does that mean? It means, she paused, chewed through her words carefully, you should pay attention. I do pay attention, I said. Do you? She asked quietly. I felt irritation rise. If you're trying to say something, just say it. I'm not trying to start drama, she replied. Then don't, I said. Ryan sighed. Man, Emma shook her head slightly. Just be careful, Ethan. I trust her, I said. She gave me a small, sad smile. I hope you're right. When Chloe came back, she was laughing. What's so funny? I asked. Nothing, she said. Marcus is just funny, I repeated. Marcus stood beside her. You should loosen up, man. I'm pretty relaxed, I said. Doesn't look like it, he replied. I stepped closer. I'm fine. Chloe touched my arm lightly. Ethan, stop. Stop what? I asked. Acting like this. Like what? Possessive, she said. That word hit harder spur than I expected. I'm not being possessive, I said. Marcus smirked slightly. Sure. I looked at Chloe. Do you think I am? She hesitated again. Sometimes, yeah. I nodded slowly. Okay. Ryan stepped in. All right, that's enough. Marcus raised his hands slightly. Relax, I'm not here to fight. Good, Ryan said. Because you won't like it? Chloe groaned softly. Can we just enjoy the night? Yeah, I said quietly. Let's enjoy it, but I wasn't enjoying anything. Marcus kept interrupting me, cutting into conversations, ignoring me when I spoke. And Chloe didn't stop him, not once. I noticed everything, the way she a little more around him, the way she looked at him, the face she put him without saying it directly. I saw it, every single detail, but I told myself it didn't mean anything, because if it did, then I was already losing, and I wasn't ready to accept that. So I stood there, forcing myself to believe everything was fine, repeating the same lie in my head again and again. I saw it, but I refused to believe I could lose. I didn't plan to confront her that night. But when I saw her standing close to Marcus again, too close, laughing like I wasn't even there, something snapped. "Chloe," I said, walking straight toward her. She turned, her smile fading slightly. "Ethan, what are you doing here?" "What am I doing here?" I repeated. "I've been calling you for an hour. My phone on silent." "Yeah," I said, glancing at Marcus. "I can see why." Marcus chuckled. "You always this intense, man?" I ignored him. "Chloe, we're talking?" she said, alone. She crossed her arms. "Why?" "Because I don't want to do this in front of everyone." Marcus smirked. "Too late for that." I looked at him. "Stay out of this." He raised an eyebrow. "Or what?" "Or I'll make you," I said, who was standing nearby, let out a low laugh. "This should be fun." Chloe sighed loudly. "Ethan, stop." "Stop what?" I asked. "This," she said, gesturing at me. "This behavior." "My behavior?" I stepped closer. "You've been ignoring me, lying to me, and now you're here with him like I don't exist." "I'm not lying," she said. "Then tell me the truth," I replied. "What is this?" She hesitated for a second, then looked away. "That's what I thought," I said quietly. Marcus stepped forward slightly. "You're making a scene." "I'm talking to my girlfriend," I snapped. He smiled. "Is she?" That hit harder than I expected. I turned to Chloe. "Are you?" She didn't answer. "Chloe," I said, my voice lower now, "look at me and tell me what's going on." She finally met my eyes, but there was no warmth in them. "Nothing is going on," she said flatly. "Then why does it feel like everything is falling apart?" I asked. "Because overreacting." "I'm over—" I let out a short, bitter laugh. "You've been distant for weeks. You hide your phone. You cancel plans. And now this, it's not what you think," she said. "Then tell me what it is," I replied. She looked frustrated. "Because I care," I said. "Because I love you." Marcus let out a quiet laugh. That's turned to him. "Say one more thing." "Or what?" he asked again, amused. Chloe stepped between us. "Ethan, stop it." "No," I said. "Not this time." I looked back at her. I deserved the truth. She shook her head. "You're making this worse." "How?" I asked. "By asking what's happening in my own relationship." She let out that word again. "Embarrassing you," I repeated. "I'm trying to understand why my girlfriend is acting like I don't matter." "Because you don't get it," she snapped. "Then make me understand," I said. There was a pause, a long, heavy pause. People around us had gone quiet. I could feel eyes on me, on us. Waiting, Chloe looked at Marcus for a brief second. "Chloe," I said softly. "Please." Her expression hardened. "Stop embarrassing me." "Ethan," the words hit first. Then the slap came, sharp, sudden. Loud. For a second I didn't feel anything. Just the sound echoing in my head. The world went silent. I could feel every pair of eyes on me. My cheek burned, but it was nothing compared to what I felt inside. I looked at her slowly. "Embarrassing you?" My voice came out quieter than I expected. "I loved you." She didn't flinch. "You were just convenient. That was it." That was the moment everything broke. I stared at her, trying to process what she just said. "Convenient?" I repeated. Marcus stepped beside her, saw a small smirk on his face. Jake laughed again, louder this time. "Damn, that's cold." I ignored him. I ignored everything except her. 3 years, I said. Was that convenient too? She looked away. "Don't make this harder than it is." "Harder?" I let out a hollow laugh. "You just slapped me in front of everyone and called me convenient." "You forced this," she said. "I forced this?" I repeated. "By loving you? By suffocating me," she snapped. I shook my head slowly. "No, don't do that. Don't twist it." Marcus leaned closer to her. "You don't owe him an explanation." "I think I do," she said, but her voice lacked conviction. "Then explain," I said. "Look me in the eyes and explain how I went from everything to nothing." She hesitated it again. Then she didn't answer. That silence said more than anything else. I swallowed hard. "Was there ever a point where you actually loved me?" She stayed quiet. Marcus answered instead. "Does it matter now?" I looked at him, then back at her. "Yeah, it matters to me." She finally spoke, but her voice was cold. "Things change." "That's not an answer," I said. "The only one you're getting," she replied. I felt something inside me collapse completely. Not anger, not even pain anymore. "Okay," I said quietly. Jake so scoffed. "That's it?" I didn't look at him. I didn't look at anyone. I just looked at Chloe one last time. "I hope he was worth it," I said. Marcus smirked again. "I am." Chloe didn't say anything. She just turned away and walked with him, just like that, like I never existed, like everything we had meant nothing. I stood there, frozen, surrounded by people who had just watched my entire world fall apart in seconds. No one said anything, no one moved, and for the first time in my life, I understood what it meant to feel completely alone, not because no one was around me, but because the one person I trusted the most had just destroyed me in front of everyone, and I couldn't even recognize the person who did it. I didn't go back to campus the next day or the day after. My phone kept buzzing, but I ignored most of it. Messages stacked up, names flashing across the screen like they still mattered. Ryan didn't stop. "Open the door, man." I stayed silent. "Ethan, I know you're inside." I finally spoke, my voice low. "Go away." "No," he said. "Not happening." I dragged myself up and opened the door. He stepped in without waiting. "You look like hell," he said. "Feel worse," I replied. He glanced around. "You haven't eaten, have you? Not hungry?" "That's not how this works." "Then how does it work?" I asked. "Because I clearly got everything wrong." Ryan sighed. "You didn't deserve that, didn't I?" I said maybe I just didn't see it coming. "That doesn't make it your fault." "It makes me stupid," I muttered. He shook his head. "No, it makes you human." I sat down, staring at the floor. "Everyone saw it, didn't they?" Ryan didn't answer right away. "That bad, huh?" I said. "I had suspicions," he admitted. I looked up at him. "Suspicions? I didn't know, for sure," he said. "But yeah, something felt off, and you didn't tell me." "I tried," he replied. "You didn't want to hear it." I looked away. "Yeah, I didn't." There was a knock on the door. Ryan frowned. "You expecting someone?" "No." He opened it. "Emma stood there," she asked. Ryan stepped aside. "Yeah." She walked in slowly, looking at me like she wasn't sure what to say. "You okay?" she asked. I let out a dry laugh. "Do I look okay?" "No," she said honestly. "Good," I replied. "At least someone's being real." She took a deep breath. "Ethan, there's something you need to know." Ryan glanced at her. "Emma." "No," she said. "He deserves the truth." I looked between them. "What truth?" She hesitated, then spoke. "You weren't her boyfriend anymore, you just didn't know it." The words hit harder than the slap. "What?" I said quietly. "She's been seeing Marcus," Emma continued. "For a while." "How long?" I asked. She looked down. "Months." I felt my chest tighten. "Months?" Ryan cursed under his breath. I shook my... "No, that's not possible." "It is," she said softly. "No," I repeated. "She wouldn't said, seen them together." I looked at Ryan. "You knew?" "I didn't know everything," I said quickly, "but I suspected." I laughed bitterly. "Of course you did." Emma spoke again. "Liam knew too." That made me freeze. "What?" She nodded. "He didn't tell you." I stood up suddenly. "Where is he?" Ryan stepped in front of me. I repeated. "Probably avoiding you," Ryan said. "Good," I snapped. "Because if I see him right now, you won't do it," Ryan think. "Caught in. You're not that guy." I clenched my fists. "He was my friend." "I know," Ryan said. "He sat there," I said, my voice rising. He looked me in the eye and said nothing. Emma looked guilty. A lot of people knew. I turned to her. "How many?" She didn't answer. "That many," I said. She nodded slightly. I let out a hollow laugh. "That's crazy." No one spoke. I sat back down slowly, my legs suddenly weak. "So everyone knew," I said. "Except me." Ryan didn't respond. Emma looked like she wanted to say something, but stopped. I stared at my hands. "Do you know what's funny?" No one's answered. "I kept defending her," I said. "Every time someone hinted something, I shut it down. You trusted her." Ryan said. "I trusted all of you," I replied. Silence again. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. "Every memory feels fake now." "It wasn't all fake," Emma said gently. "How do you know?" I asked. "Were you there for all of it?" She stayed quiet. "That's what I thought," I said. Ryan sat down across from me. "What are you going to do?" I shrugged slightly. "Nothing," he repeated. "What do you want me to do?" I asked. "Go fight him. Beg her to come back." "No," he said. "Just don't let this destroy you." I let out a quiet laugh. "Too late." "It's not," he said firmly. "It feels like it," I replied. Emma stepped closer. "You're going to get through this." I looked at her. "You knew, and you still let me walk into that." She flinched. "I didn't know how to tell you, so I didn't." "I'm sorry," she whispered. I nodded slowly. "Yeah, me too." Ryan stood up. "I'm staying tonight." "You don't have to," I said. "I know," he replied. Emma hesitated. "I should go." "Yeah," I said quietly. She walked to the door, then stopped. "For what it's worth, you deserved better." I didn't answer. After she left, the room felt heavier. Ryan looked at me. "You're not alone, you know." I gave a small, empty smile. "Feels like I am." He didn't argue. And for the first time, I realized something that hurt more than the betrayal itself. It wasn't just her who broke me. It was everyone who stayed silent while it happened. I stopped answering calls after that. Even Ryan's voice started to feel distant, like it belonged to a world I wasn't part of anymore. "Ethan, you need to eat something," he said, standing in my doorway. "I'm not hungry," I replied, staring at the wall. "You said that yesterday, and I meant it then too," he sighed. "This isn't normal." "Nothing about this is normal," he stepped closer. "You can't just shut down like this." "I'm not shutting down," I muttered. "I'm just done." "Done? With what?" "Everything." He went quiet for a moment. "You don't mean that." I didn't answer. My phone buzzed again on the table. I didn't look at it. Ryan glanced at it. "You're not even checking anymore. What's the point?" I said. "It's either pity or silence, or people who care," he replied. I let out a weak laugh. That list got pretty short. He didn't argue. After a while, he left the room, saying he'd be back later. I barely heard him. I just lay there, staring at nothing, thinking about every message, every laugh, every moment that felt real. Now it all felt like a lie, I told myself. "Ethan?" My mom's voice came from the door. I didn't respond. She stepped in, anyway. "Ryan told me you're not eating." "I'm fine," I said. She sat beside me. "You don't look fine. You've barely left this room. I don't feel like it." She reached for my hand. "Talk to me. There's nothing to talk about." "There always is," she said softly. I pulled my hand away. "I don't want to talk about her." "I didn't say her name," she replied. "You didn't have to." She sighed quietly. "Did she hurt you that badly?" I laughed under my breath. "You have no idea." "Then tell me," she said. I shook my head. "I can't." "Why not?" "Because if I say it out loud, it becomes real." She looked at me with concern. "It is real, Ethan," I whispered. "That's the problem." She stayed silent for a moment, then said, "You can't let this destroy you." "I'm already destroyed," I replied. "No," she said firmly. "You're hurt. There's a difference." "Feels the same." "It's not," she insisted. "Hurt can heal." I didn't respond. She stood up slowly. "I'm making you something to eat. I won't eat it." "You will," she said, walking toward the door. "I won't," I repeated. She paused, then said quietly, "You have to start somewhere." After she left, I forced myself to sit up. Everything felt heavy. My body, my thoughts, even the air. I walked to the bathroom slowly and turned on the light. For a second, I didn't recognize the person staring back at me. My eyes looked dull, empty, my face tired. "When did this happen?" I whispered. I stepped closer to the mirror, I said, but it was every part of it. The silence, the exhaustion, the emptiness. "I lost her," I muttered. My voice cracked slightly, but worse, I lost myself. The words hung in the air. I stared at my reflection, waiting for something to change. Nothing did. I leaned against the sink. "What are you doing?" I asked myself. No answer. "Is this it?" I continued. "You just give up?" Still nothing. I clenched my jaw. "Over someone who didn't even choose you?" That hit differently. I stood there, breathing slowly. She walked away, I said quietly, like it meant nothing. I looked back at my reflection. "And you're still here," acting like it meant everything. My chest tightened. Why? I asked. No answer, but this time, the silence felt different, not empty just. Waiting. I splashed water on my face and looked up again. Same face, same eyes, but something small had shifted. Not fixed, not healed. Just aware. "I can't stay like this," I said, under my breath. It wasn't confident, but it was real. From the other room, my mom's voice called out, "Food's ready." I didn't respond right away. I looked at myself one last time. "You're not done," I said quietly. Then I turned off the light and walked out. I didn't wake up motivated. I woke up tired of feeling the same way. Ryan knocked on my door again. "You alive?" "Barely." I said. "Good enough. Get dressed." "For what?" "Gym. I don't even have the energy to stand." "That's exactly why we're going," he replied. "I'm not in the mood." "You think I am?" he shot back. "Come on, man. 1 hour, that's it." I stared at the ceiling for a second, then said, "Fine, good," he said. 5 minutes, 10, 5. All right, 5. The gym felt unfamiliar, loud, busy, alive. Everything I wasn't. Ryan handed me a bottle. "Start simple." "I don't belong here," I muttered. "Neither did I when I started," he said. "Now move." I picked up a weight, my hands shaking slightly. "Pathetic," I said under my breath. "Honest," Ryan replied. "Now do it again." I pushed through a few reps before dropping it. "Done?" he asked. "For today," a voice behind me spoke. "You quit that fast, you'll stay the same." I turned. A man stood there, older, solid build, calm expression. "Who are you?" "Daniel," he said. "And you?" He nodded. "You look like someone who's trying to run from something." "I'm not running," I said. "Then Why do you look like you already lost, he asked. I didn't answer. Told you this place works. Daniel crossed his arms. Pick it up again. I'm tired, I said. You're not tired, he replied. You're avoiding effort. I frowned. You don't know me. I don't need to, he said. I've seen that look before. What look? The one that says life hit you and you decided to stay down. I clenched my jaw. That's not what I decided. Then prove it, he said. I stared at the weight. Or walk away, he added. Your choice. Ryan stayed quiet this time. I bent down and picked it up again. Good, Daniel said. Now again, I pushed through the reps slower this time. Again, he said. I can't, I replied. You can, he said calmly. You just don't want to. I forced another rep, then another. My arms burned. Enough, said dropping the weight. Daniel nodded slightly. That's where sit starts. I sat down, breathing heavily. You're not weak, he stuck. Line stayed with me. After the sesh, Ryan handed me water. Paimum, you didn't die, feels like. Damn, so that means you sams past us. Daniel walked past sams sometimes stus. You showed up once, he replied. Now don't disappear. I watched him leave. Ryan smiled. You're coming back. We'll see, I said. Later that day, my phone buzzed again. Liam, I stared at his name. Ryan noticed. You gonna answer? I shook my head. Oh, good. The phone kept ringing, then stopped. Then a message came through. Can we talk? I typed a reply, nothing. I declined it. Ryan nodded. That's step one. Feels weird, I admitted. Yeah, he said. It's supposed to. I leaned back and he knew. I know, Ryan replied, and he said nothing. Then he made his choice, Ryan said. I nodded slowly. So I'm making mine. That evening, I stopped replying to more people. Not everyone, just the ones who didn't matter anymore. It felt quiet but not empty. At the gym the next day, I showed up again. Didn't think you'd come back, Daniel said. I didn't either, I replied. Good, he said. Let's fix that. Halfway through the workout, I noticed someone sitting nearby, a girl, calm, focused, not loud, not trying to be seen, just there. She glanced at me briefly, then looked away. Focused, Daniel said. I am, I replied, then stopped looking around. I went back to the set. After I finished, I sat down again. The girl walked past. Rough start, she said casually. I looked up. That obvious? Yeah, she said. But you didn't quit. Almost did, I admitted. Almost doesn't count, she replied. I gave a small nod. I'm Ethan. Sophia, she said. We shook hands briefly. You're new here, she added. Yeah, keep showing up, she said. It helps. With what? I asked. Everything, she replied. Then she walked off. I watched her go, not in the same way I used to watch Chloe. There was no rush, no pressure, just curiosity. Daniel clapped his hands once. Break's over. I stood up again. My body hurt, my mind still felt heavy, but something had changed, not everything, just enough. For the first time, I wasn't chasing what I lost. I was starting to build something new, and I didn't plan to stop. I didn't expect Sophia to become part of my routine, but she did, not all at once, not in a dramatic way, just slowly. Back again, she said one morning as I walked into the gym. Trying to be, I replied. That's better than quitting, she said. Daniel overheard us. Talking won't build muscle, Sophia smirked. Relax, coach. Set, Daniel said, pointing at the weights. I moved into position. Sophia stayed nearby, doing her own workout. You're improving, she said between reps. Barely, I replied. Still counts, she said. After the session, we sat near the lockers. You always this quiet, she asked. Lately, yeah, bad habit or bad experience. I let out a small breath. Both. She nodded. I looked at her. You don't ask too many questions. I don't need to, she said. People talk when they're ready. That's new, I said. What is not being pushed, I replied. She shrugged. Pressure makes people fake. That line stuck with me. The next few days felt easier. Not perfect, not fixed, just lighter. Eat, Ryan said one evening, sliding a plate toward me. I am eating, I replied. You're chewing, that's different. I smirked slightly. Progress, right? I'll take it, he said. He looked at me for a second. You seem better. I'm trying, I said. Kim helping. And people, he repeated. Sophia, I said. He raised an eyebrow. Already. It's not like that, I said quickly. Relax, he said. I'm not judging. She's just normal. Normal's good, he said. It's different, added. Later that night, my phone buzzed, a message, unknown number. Hey, can we talk? I stared at it. Ryan glanced over. Who is it? I think it's Chloe. I said, you think? He asked. She probably used a different number. You gonna reply? I locked my phone. Good, he said. The next day at the gyms, Sophia noticed something. You look distracted, she said. Just tired, I replied. From what, life, I said. She nodded. That's a heavy one, I sat down beside her. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why are you so calm? She smiled slightly. I wasn't always. What changed? I stopped expecting people to be who I wanted them to be, she said. I looked at her. That sounds simple. It's not, she replied. It just sounds that way. I leaned back. I think I expected too much. Or you gave too much to the wrong person. She said. That hit directly. I guess, I said. She looked at me for a second. You don't have to prove anything to me. I frowned slightly. What do you mean? I mean, she said, you don't have to act strong or okay or anything else. Just be where you are. I let out a quiet breath. I'm not used to that. I figured, she replied. We sat in silence for a moment, but it wasn't awkward. It felt steady. Later that week, Ryan walked up to me with his phone. You might want to see this, he said. I don't. I replied. Just look, he insisted. He took the phone. It was a video Marcus at a party with another girl, not Chloe. Wow, I said flatly. Ryan crossed his arms. Yeah, she knows, I asked. Probably, he said. Or she will. I handed the phone back. Not my problem. Ryan studied my face. You really don't care, I paused. Then said, I care less. That's progress, he said. That same evening, I saw Chloe, not directly, just across the street. She was arguing with Marcus. I couldn't hear everything, but I caught pieces. Who was she? Chloe demanded. It doesn't matter, Marcus replied. It does to me. You're overreacting, he said. That line felt familiar. I'm not stupid, she snapped. I never said you were a second. Then stop there for a second, watching. Not stepping in, not reacting. Just observing. Sophia's voice echoed in my head. Stop expecting people to be who you want them to be. I turned away. The next day, Sophia noticed again. You look clearer, she said. Clearer, I asked. Like something finally made sense. I nodded slightly. Yeah, something did. What was it? That I was holding on to something that wasn't real anymore, I said. She smiled softly. That's a hard realization. Yeah, I replied, but it's freeing too. She stood up. Good. That means you're moving forward. Slowly, I said. Slow is fine, she replied. As long as it's forward. I watched her walk ahead, calm as always. No games, no confusion, no pressure. And for the first time, I didn't feel like I had to chase anything. Not her, not the past, not even answers, because the truth was already clear. And the more I accepted it, the more things started to shift, not loudly, not dramatically, but enough to know one thing, for sure the balance was changing. And this time, I wasn't the one losing control. I didn't expect to see them like that again, but I did. It was outside a restaurant near campus. People were already gathering, voices rising. Is that Chloe? Asked Tommy. I stopped sulking. Yeah, and Marcus, he added. I see him. They were arguing, loud this time. You don't control me, Chloe said sharply. Marcus laughed. I don't have to. You already did that to yourself. Chloe stepped closer. What is that supposed to mean? It means, he replied, you're not as special as you think. I stayed back, watching. Ryan glanced at you. I'm fine, I said, but I wasn't focused on me. I was watching them, watching history repeat in a different way. You're embarrassing me, Chloe snapped. Marcus smirked. That's funny. I remember someone else saying that. Chloe froze slightly. What? He tilted his head. Nothing, but I knew exactly what he meant. That's cold. I didn't respond. Chloe's voice rose again. Who was she? Marcus shrugged. Does it matter? It does to me, she shouted. He stepped closer, voice calm. You're not in control. Different. That name sounded not now, not soft, not loved, just exposed. Jake stood nearby, laughing quietly. Damn, this is messy. I didn't move. Chloe looked around, noticing people watching. Stop, she said lower now. People are watching. Good, Marcus replied. They should see. What is wrong with you? She asked. He smiled. Nothing. I'm just done pretending. She shook her head. You're insane. No, he said. I'm just honest now. That word hit something in me. Honest, I remembered. When I thought she was honest. When I thought everything meant something. Ryan whispered, this is like déjà vu. Yeah, I said quietly. Chloe's eyes suddenly scanned the crowd, then she saw me. Our eyes met. She stopped talking immediately. For a second, everything went silent around her. She took a small step forward. Ethan, I didn't move. Ryan looked at me. She's calling you. I heard, I said. Marcus noticed. Oh, Ethan. Can we talk? I stayed still. Ryan whispered. Say something, but I didn't. Not because I was angry, not because I was weak, but because I didn't need to. Chloe's expression shifted. Please. That word used to mean something. Now it just crossed his arms. Go ahead, he said. Talk. I looked at him briefly. Then back at her. You don't need me for this, I said. Her face tightened. What? You heard me, I replied. You exhaled in slowly. Damn. Chloe stepped forward again. This isn't fair. I gave a small nod. No, it's not. Her voice cracked slightly. He's humiliating me. I stayed calm. You know how that feels. Silence hit again, Jake muttered. Oh, Marcus glanced at me. Respect, I didn't respond to him either. Chloe looked confused now. Ethan, please don't do this. I'm not doing anything, I said. I'm just not stepping in. That's the same thing, she said. No, I replied. It's not. She looked around again, realizing no one was on her side anymore. Marcus finally spoke. You wanted control. Now you have consequences, she snapped at him. You're the problem. He laughed. No, I'm just the reflection. That line stayed in the air. Ryan leaned toward me. This is wild. Yeah, I said. It is. Chloe turned back to me one last time. You're really just going to stand there? I met her eyes. You already left me standing once. Her expression dropped slightly. I didn't think you'd be like this, she said quietly. I nodded once. Neither did I. A long pause followed. Then Marcus stepped closer to her. Let's go. Chloe hesitated. I'm not done. You are, he said firmly. She looked at me again, searching for something I wasn't giving anymore. Then, slowly she stepped back. Ryan watched them leave. That just happened. I nodded, yeah. Jake laughed as they walked off. Tables turned hard. I didn't feel satisfied. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel anything like I used to. Just, still, Ryan looked at me carefully. You good? I thought about it, then said, yeah. And for the first time, I meant it, because I didn't chase it. I didn't react. I didn't break. I just stood where I was and let karma speak without me. I didn't expect her to show up at my place, but she did. I opened the door, and Chloe was standing there, not the same Chloe I used to chase. She looked tired, eyes red, voice softer. Ethan, she said, I didn't step aside. Why are you here? I need to talk, she said quickly. I stared at her. You already talked enough, she swallowed. Please. Ryan was behind me, arms crossed. You sure about this? I didn't answer him. Chloe stepped forward slightly. I made a mistake. I nodded slowly. You did, she blinked. That's it? What do you want me to say? I asked. I want you to understand, she said. I let out a quiet breath. I'd understand. Her voice shook. No, you don't. I looked at her directly. You didn't think. That's the problem, I cut in. You didn't think. She stepped closer. Ethan, I was confused. I shook my head. No. You were certain. She froze slightly. You just didn't think I'd walk away, I said. Silence hit. Ryan muttered behind me, damn. Chloe looked down. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did, I replied. Her eyes filled slightly. I miss you. That line used to break me. Now it didn't move anything. I don't miss that version of you, I said. She stepped back like it hit her, physically, then a voice came from behind her. Still chasing him, Marcus said. Chloe turned fast. You're here. I was passing by, he replied casually. Ryan leaned toward me. This is getting messy again. I stayed still. Chloe looked between us. Why are you here with him? Marcus smirked. Same reason I was with you, convenience. Her face changed instantly. What did you just say? You heard me, he replied. She stepped toward him. You think I'm a joke? I think you finally understand one, he said. That was enough. She slapped him. Hard, the sound cut through everything. People nearby turned. Don't ever talk to me like that, she snapped. Marcus touched his cheek slowly, surprised but not shaken. Interesting. Ryan whispered, okay. That escalated. I didn't move. Chloe was breathing heavily. You both used me. Marcus laughed lightly. Welcome to reality. She turned toward me again, eyes desperate. Ethan, please don't let this be it. I looked at her calmly. This already ended, I said. Her voice broke. I didn't want it to. But you still chose it, I replied, once again. She looked around, realizing no comfort was left. Not Marcus, not me, not anyone. Then Sophia walked up behind me. Everything okay? She asked softly. Chloe froze when she saw her. Who is she? Chloe asked immediately, didn't hesitate. Someone who didn't lie to me. Chloe's eyes narrowed. So that's it? You replaced me. I didn't replace you, I said. I moved on. That fast, she snapped. It wasn't fast, I replied. It was necessary. Sophia didn't say anything. She just stood beside me, sighed at me. The silence said enough. Chloe looked at Trek in her expression. I ruined everything, she whispered. I nodded once. Yeah. Her voice dropped. Do you hate me? I thought for a second. No, I said. That confused her. I just don't need you anymore, I added. That hit harder than anger ever could. Marcus stepped back. I'm leaving this circus. He walked off. Chloe stayed, but she wasn't the same anymore. I wish I could fix it, she said quietly. I shook my head. Some things don't get fixed. They get understood. She looked at me one last time, and for the first time she didn't argue. She just nodded slowly, then she left. Ryan exhaled. That was final. I looked at the empty space she left behind. No anger, no sadness, just closure. Sophia glanced at me. You okay? I nodded. Yeah, and I meant it because, for the first time, Abby didn't lose anything when she walked away. I finally got myself back. I didn't expect closure to feel this quiet. No anger, no noise, just space. Ryan leaned against the wall. So that's it. I nodded slowly. Yeah, you good? He asked. I think so, I said. Sophia stood beside me, hands in her pockets. You look different. I glanced at her. Different how? Lighter, she said. I let out a small breath. Doesn't feel like it yet. It will, she replied. Ryan pushed off the wall. I'm proud of you, man. I smirked slightly. For not falling apart? For not staying down, he said. I nodded once. Couldn't stay there anymore. He looked at Sophia, then back at me. So what now? I shrugged. I don't know. Sophia spoke softly. You don't need to know everything yet. I looked at her. That's starting to sound like your thing. She smiled a little. It works. Ryan stretched his arms. I'm out. Don't do anything stupid. I won't, I said. He walked away without looking back. Silence settled. After he left, I stood there with Sophia, unsure of what came next. You staying? I asked her. If you want me to, she said. I don't know what I want anymore, I admitted. That's okay, she replied. You're not supposed to, yet. I nodded slowly. Everything used to feel so certain. And now? She asked. Now it doesn't, I said. But it feels real. She looked at me for a moment. That's progress. I exhaled. Feels like I lost a lot. You did, she said. But not everything. I glanced at her. What did I not lose? Yourself, she replied. That hit differently. I looked down for a second. Took me a while to see that. Some things take time, she said. I nodded again. Yeah? We started walking without planning it, side by side. No destination, just movement. You know, I said. I used to think losing her meant the end of everything. And now, she asked. I thought for a second. Now I think it was the start of something else. She didn't respond right away. Then she said, better things usually start messy. I let out a quiet laugh. That explains my life lately. She smiled. You handled it better than most would. I don't feel like I did, I said. You did, she replied. We kept walking. No pressure, no rush. Just distance getting smaller. I stopped for a second and looked back, not because I missed it, but because I understood it now. Ethan? Sophia asked. I turned forward again. Yeah? You okay going forward? She said. I nodded slowly. Yeah, I think I am. We continued walking, and for the first time I didn't feel like I was chasing anything, not her, not the past, not even closure. Just a new beginning I didn't have to fight for anymore. I glanced at Sophia walking beside me and said quietly, I didn't win her back. I won myself back.